You guys in there? Hello. Happy Friday. You can tell it's Friday here because my desk is a disaster. Look at this place. Been working hard all week long. I mean, it is seriously a mess. Anyways, what I wanted to do is start doing a little bit of a fun kind of a video. I'm going to call it Free Tip Fridays. And so I'm going to do this every Friday. If you guys like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, watch every Friday, and then comment below. And next Friday, I'll go ahead and read through those comments and maybe pick one that we can do a little free tip on for the next week. So here's a trick for increasing the area of floor space of a cage that you already have while making it more useful for the animal that's living in there. Now this will work for more than super dwarf reticulated pythons, but it does work especially well for an active or semi-arboreal species. But let me show you first what I mean about floor space, usable space in a cage. The actual usable space is going to be the floor area where an animal can sit. Now you can add branches and things like that, maybe hides and stuff, and that'll give them something to climb around on. But the tip that I'm giving you is similar to that, but it's going to actually increase the usable space of your cage by 50%, as well as add perching and hiding opportunities. So let me show you how this works. We'll take it to the chalkboard here and do a little diagram. Let's say you have a 4-foot by 2-foot enclosure, which is pretty typical for the type of animal that I'm working with here, super dwarf retic. All right, now that's going to look like this. All right, there's the floor space of that cage. Okay, I'll get rid of this real quick. This is 2 feet from here to here, and this is going to be 4 feet from here to here. Now, if we, just for visual's sake, let's say we divide that up into square feet and we count them. 2 times 4 is going to be 8 square feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 square feet is your usable floor space amount. Now, this looks like a very boring floor to live on if you're a cool reptile that likes to explore, because all you do is sit on it all day long and it's really not that much space. This is typical for a super dwarf reticulated python that might be somewhere between 6 and even up to like 9 feet long or something. And 8 square feet of space is standard. It is acceptable, especially with enrichment, but I'm going to tell you how to get more in a very easy way. If I take this cage, however tall it is, and I add a shelf, that is a second layer that comes out about halfway through the available depth of the cage. So in this case, we have a 2-foot deep cage from front to back. So this is going to be 1 foot here, and it goes the full width. So that's 4 feet this way. Okay? Now, I've done several things by attaching this shelf in here. First of all, I had 8 square feet of floor space here. Now on my little shelf up here, let's make this a little bit more 3D just to be cool. I've actually added another 4 square foot, because 4 times 1 is 4 square feet, and 8 plus 4 gives me now 12, again you can't see this, 12 square feet of space. Okay, that's 50% increase over 8 square feet of space in the same cage. Now it also does 2 other things. The first one is, as the snake is climbing up and below this, I'm going to have different temperature zones, because inevitably heat is going to be trapped more towards the top of the cage. It's going to be a little warmer, a little cooler. This is depending on your heat sources and everything else, but it's going to give it different zones. It creates kind of a natural hide that the snake can get in underneath here. And then it creates a cool little perching shelf or basking area up above that a lot of snakes, especially semi-arboreal ones, feel pretty secure. They like to jump up on top, and what you'll find them doing all the time, again, this is flat space, not a perch, but what you'll find them doing a lot of times is perching up here, especially when they're hungry, and kind of surveying the scene, looking around their cage. And when you introduce a nice little food source over here, bam, you know, that's actually a very natural behavior that a lot of snakes don't get to do, where they actually are perching. You'll see them hanging with their heads down, and it gives them another way to communicate with you as the keeper about what they want to do. So this is really going to add a lot. Now, one more thing that you can further do just to add some different climbing sense to it is, sorry snake, I'm going to take your head off here. Right in front of this shelf, let's say this thing is 12 inches long, so I'm going to make a gap that's maybe twice the girth of my snake. So let's say we go out another 6 inches here, and I'm going to just take some shower curtain hanging rods, or the kind that you put in closets, and cut either a wooden dowel, or if you want to be really cool, I use PVC cages. So I'm just going to put some black PVC drain pipe on there. Now the snake can actually sit up on the shelf. It can hang out anywhere it wants down below, and if it cares to, I'll give you back your head here, buddy. It can perch. Actually, you know, use its body, maybe wrap around the stick and do some other things that it doesn't normally get to do in your standard cage. Now, meanwhile, this whole cage, if it's a PVC cage, you build this out of PVC, it's still going to be the same sterile, good-looking type of environment that you're used to, that you really like. Let me show you what this looks like in reality here real quick. Okay, I have kind of an oversized cage. Give me a second here. All right, let's go over here. Whoops, too many wires. I'm all hooked up here. There we go. All right, check out little Peanut here. Okay, this is a 3-year-old super dwarf Sunfire double het snow. Okay, and she is in this cage here. Happens to be 3 feet from front to back, and it's part of a 7-foot long cage that has a divider in the middle. So she has 3 feet by 3.5 feet. Okay, and what I'm able to do is give her an 18-inch shelf that goes from the very back up to the front. You can see it here. Now on this cage, this is a very tall cage, actually 24 inches tall. So what I wanted to do was make it like really secure feeling up on that shelf. So I went ahead and put this shelf way up towards the top. If you only have 12 inches of height in your cage, you might want to stick it dead center, because otherwise, you know, there's just not enough room for anything. But you can see her right here. I mean, she's checking it out. She's sitting up top. I'll try to go in. I don't know how light it's going to be, but you can see her chilling up here on the shelf. And then if she wants to, she can get down below and hang out on the bottom. With this shelf and cage being so high, she doesn't quite get the advantage of this being a really nice hide spot. But that's also easy to overcome. I can throw something else in there and add another layer. Sometimes what I do is take a small plastic waste can, like you would for an office, and I stick it sideways right up against the back and corner, and I'll put some screws through the bottom of the waste can and the side of the waste can so that it really has a tight spot. It can fit underneath, it can climb inside the waste can, it can jump up on top, it can climb up here, and I haven't taken anything away from any floor space. I've just added more cool climbing areas. All of this can be done with any kind of style cage you have and for any species. So I thought you guys would enjoy the little free tip Friday. If you did, please hit the like button, and don't forget to comment, and then subscribe so you can see it next time. But comment below, what kind of tip do you want to see, and I'll consider those things through the week, and we'll get you another cool tip. All right, you guys take care. Have a great weekend. Take it easy. I always mess up at the end.